Okay, Connie, you're doing the right thing by coming in to see me early like this, right after the accident happened. I'm very sorry about what happened to your brother. These accidents are always terrible when they involve a big truck like this, but as I said, you're doing the right thing by coming in to see me because it's very important that we get out and investigate this accident early. I promise you that right now, or at least as soon as the police take down the barriers and let them in, the trucking company will have their accident response team out there looking at this accident, trying to find some way that they can deprive you or your brother of the value of your claim. That's what they do to protect their company. And our job is to make sure that they're not able to do that. So we have to get our own reconstruction people out there to reconstruct this accident and tell us exactly what happened, to do a thorough investigation to see what happened. A thorough investigation involves looking at a lot of things. Like, we think we know what caused this accident. We think that this truck driver's company encouraged him, forced him, if you will, to drive longer hours than the federal regulations permit, to stay awake longer. He was an impaired driver. That's what the regulations call it anyway. That's what we think happened, but it could have been a lot of things. It could have been the driver, it could have been the driver's company, it could have been the truck itself, something wrong with it, it could have been the trailer, the manufacturer of the truck or the trailer, or it could have been a product involved with the truck, such as the tires or brakes. The manufacturer of those items could have had something to do with this accident, and we have to do a thorough investigation. The earlier the better. The other thing is that the scene has to be preserved. You have to get photographs to preserve skid marks and things like that, marks on the side of the road that might reveal something about what caused this accident. Those things deteriorate quickly after the accident because of weather and things like that, so they all have to be preserved. You have to make sure that none of the evidence is allowed to be destroyed. That might be documents, it might be damage to the truck. All those things have to be preserved, photographed, and inspected before they're allowed to be disposed. That's why it's so important to get involved in these things very early, like you've done. Now, trucking accidents, as you know, like what happened with your brother, are usually very devastating, and that's because of the huge size and weight of a truck compared to the small size and weight of an automobile. It's like a tiny little person getting in the ring with Mike Tyson or something like that. They just don't match up. So that's why truck drivers are held to a very high standard. Trucking companies are. They're regulated, and sometimes they don't follow those regulations and they don't meet those standards. We think that's what happened. The other thing is that trucking companies usually have very large commercial insurance policies, so there's more money there to compensate their victims than there usually would be in a simple car accident. Does all that make sense? Hello, I'm Darrell Castle, an attorney licensed to practice law in the state of Tennessee. If you or someone you know, someone you love perhaps, has been injured in an accident with a large truck, I'd like to talk to you about it. Call me right now for a free appointment or fill out the Get in Touch form at the bottom of the page.